Okay, so today we're going to talk about the stage manager. So the first video we're going to watch is from Wicked and the stage manager of Wicked. Okay, so the stage manager is in charge of all the paperwork. They're in charge of the prompt book. They're in charge of calling the show. And they're in charge of quite a lot of the things during auditions, during rehearsals, and during the show. So we're going to kind of break up the responsibilities into those three segments. So during auditions, they're in charge of making sure that the audition space is ready for the director and the actors. They're in charge of making sure that all the doors get unlocked, that all the signs get put in place, that the directors have whatever they need, that they have a check-in table for the actors. They get all the actors checked in and ready to go for auditions, and they're the ones that actually escort the directors in and out of the room. During the rehearsal process, they're going to be in charge of maintaining blocking notes and line notes for the director, and they're going to make sure that everyone is at rehearsals and is there on time. And if not, they call them and find out where they are and relay that information to the director. And they also keep a rehearsal report and a performance report for performances as essentially the same information, which we'll look at when we get to paperwork, but it's just different because one is rehearsals and one is the actual show. During the show itself, they're in charge of calling all the cues and maintaining communication with the house manager so they know when the show is ready to begin. Even if the show starts at 8, that doesn't mean necessarily the stage manager is going to start the show directly at 8. The house manager has a good idea of how the flow is going as far as seating all of the people seeing the show. So they may be waiting for someone who is important who is still coming, a large group that is running a little bit late, or there may just be a lot of people who are getting to the theater all at one time, and so there might be a little bit of a backup. So the show may not actually start when the start time is supposed to be, so they're in charge of making sure that they keep everyone informed of how that process is going. That way the house manager only has to talk to one person. Okay, so next thing we're going to look at is a stage manager kit. So stage manager kit is one of the things that the stage manager is going to maintain. And there's a lot of things that go in a stage manager kit. LoisBackstage.com is a great resource for people who are interested in being stage managers. She's been a stage manager for several years and she maintains a blog. She gives a lot of advice. Okay, so she suggested putting it in a tackle box. What's great about tackle boxes is they have a lot of dividers. So this is what she has in hers. She has Post-it notes. She has Post-it flags, a staple remover, extra staples, elastic bands, binder clips, paper clips, push pins, mechanical pencils, highlighters, pens in black, blue, purple, red, and green, a handful of white erasers, whiteout, a stapler, scissors, glue stick, mini Sharpies, dry erase markers, 12 felt pens, pencil sharpener, chalk, various types of batteries, Post-it flags, mini flashlight, a wrench, a multi-head screwdriver, clear nail polish, needles, 5 colors of thread. She usually keeps black and white and then 3 that go for that particular show. Safety pins, cloth measuring tape, mini lint roller, Tide to Go pen, glasses repair kit, extra buttons, extra hooks and eyes, extra snaps, contact solution, Visine, Listerine strips, lip chap, hand cream, toothpaste, an extra toothbrush, hand sanitizer, nail clippers, hair elastic, tampons, pads, dental floss, Band-Aids, Polysporin, Tylenol, ibuprofen, Q-tips, Vaseline, Halls, a large cloth triangle bandage, waterproof cloth, first aid scissors, sterile swabs, roll-on headache relief, birthday candles, hole reinforcers, ice pack, tape measures, gum, 2 4x4 super sticky recycled online Post-it notes, calculator, blank labels, blank CDs with hard cases, a handful of small chocolates, a stopwatch, a USB drive, an iPhone charger. You're maybe thinking, why does one person need all of this information and all of this items that they need to carry along with him? It's because this is the go-to person for every single person in the show. So if anybody needs the show, if anybody in the show needs anything as far as cast or crew, they go to the stage manager to get it. So if one of the cast or crew isn't feeling well, if they need to brush their teeth, The stage manager has everything for everyone, and they're also the person that will be the person in charge during an emergency, so they need to make sure they have plenty of things for an emergency basis. Okay, so last thing we'll have to talk about is paperwork, and this you'll have to come in and see me in class to get caught up on, because there's a lot of different paperwork for a show, and there's an entire books of examples of paperwork, and we'll walk through that together. Okay, so next thing we're going to talk about is the prompt book itself. Again, I have an example of this in the classroom. You can watch this video, The Stage Manager's Bible, to see an example. But this is kind of what it's going to look like. So in the prompt book has all of the cues. So your standby and your go, so you know how to call the show, which we're going to watch calling the show in the video. Basically, you're going to tell all the cues when to go. So the stage manager is the one in charge of this, so that way there's one person that knows when to go, and in case anything goes wrong, that person is able to handle all of that. So if an actor skips a line, then the lights didn't go early or the sound didn't go early, the stage manager is in charge of making sure all light and sound cues, all set changes, all costume changes get made when they need to.